Okay, so Donna and David will be giving you the why of energy medicine and how it fits with energy psychology. And I will be giving you the how to implement it, what to recognize in the person who's sitting opposite you so that you will immediately be able to bring to mind, this person looks like they're disorganized. And I remember an easy exercise from that class that promotes organization. And if they're organized, they're going to receive what I'm presenting much more seamlessly, much more easily. So it gives you an opportunity to use your own powers of observation, which I'm sure that in the attendees to this class, they will have already honed their powers of observation to a very high level. And so it's an additional type of observation for which you will now have simple exercises to provide to clients to maximize your work together. They're all simple, they're easy to do. You can teach them in the office to do them just right away. But in addition, you can send these same exercises home with them to really help deepen the work that you've done and prolong the work that you've done so that they have a much richer experience and a more seamless integration of the process. It's not as, they're not swimming upstream as hard. You provide an easy field in which the changes can take place with much less effort, much less struggle. Okay. So I met Donna and David about 40 years ago, which the passage of time is just a mysterious thing to me anymore, but I know that it really happens. So I started in this work more out of curiosity, and really, it's been curiosity that's kept it going for 40 years. There is so much to learn. There is almost infinite potential in the exploration of energy and how energy affects every aspect of our lives. And the quantum physicists have really contributed a great deal to our understanding of how this works and why this works. And it's really nice, 40 years after starting in this discipline, to now see with tremendous gratitude that science has caught up with the ancients and is providing a framework for modern minds to begin to understand what ancient people already knew about coming together in groups for ritual and for building up the various energies for different aspects of life. And much of what we know from the energy traditions, of course, comes from observation, and observation of the human in the context of the natural world. So as modern people, we've strayed pretty significantly from that really deeply interactive relationship with nature and with the ground that we walk on. And it's really led us into some difficult areas, physically, emotionally, mentally, where it's sometimes really hard to keep up. And I'm so grateful that my life path has crossed Donna's, and that I was introduced to this work, because it has made such a huge difference in my life. And now, at the age of almost 70, I'll be 70 this summer, I'm really noticing, as I look around the world at my peers age-wise, that I have really been given a great gift of extended health even as I age. And so that's physical, but it's also emotional, and it's mental. So that's one of the things that I think drew Donna and David to bring this to ASAP. And I know David's been involved with energy psychology since early on and has been a great contributor to that field in really substantive ways. And Donna also has contributed a great deal in terms of supporting the energies as they're set in motion by the processes in energy psychology. Because I think we're starting to really get that this Western notion of compartmentalizing or reducing human experience into little boxes, like the physical is over here and the emotions over here and the mental's over here, really is not a reflection of how we actually live. And that whenever we make a change, that change has to be integrated. It has to be metabolized in order to be made useful, in order for our lives to be enriched by the change. So in making change at the emotional level or at the mental level, helping to make those changes stick can sometimes be an issue. Helping them to metabolize into a person's life so that they can move out of habit patterns that don't serve them, or move out of conditioning from past history, and really move into an expression of their authentic self, based in who they really are, not who they were told they were in childhood, or in their educational process, or in their relationships, in whatever ways that they've been affected. So to add the energy work piece into the energy psychology piece, I think is an enormous expansion of possibility. Because you wouldn't bring new furniture into your house without getting rid of the old furniture, or reorganizing things so that the new furniture would fit in a way that's pleasing and makes sense for your life as it is. You're not going to hang on to every piece of furniture you have from your childhood, right? So the energy exercises help to organize and stabilize the interior energy patterns that allows these new patterns and these new understandings to come into the system and find a home that's welcoming and almost seamless in its integration, so that changes aren't as disruptive. You don't get that one step forward, 3 steps back problem. It's more like, okay, 1 step forward, let's see how this feels. Another step forward, let's see how this feels. Because the energy is expanding as much as the patterns, or the conditioned patterns, or the emotional and mental expansion. I think the ideal student for this workshop is someone who is innately curious and has a strong interior drive that really is fascinated with how people work, how people tick, and what are some unique and creative ways that can be enhanced, that can be approached, that may be something that's new to them, but they're willing to check it out.